Pleasure of doing my 84-year-old mother's taxes today. My mother retired from Kroger after 38 years as an accountant. She draws Social Security and she has a retirement pension. But she had to go back to work to survive about 6 years ago for the community school corporation that we live here in our county. What I didn't know is that her insurance wouldn't cover 40% of a medical procedure that she had to have done, so she took a second mortgage out on her home. I watched her today pay $4,000 on federal and state taxes, even though she's paying Social Security and state and federal on this new job she has, and they take it out of her Social Security check and her retirement check.
Classic.
I watched her pay $4,000 and have $5,300 in her account. You know, this country's going to make sure that the elderly have nothing when they leave this world because they want it all. They want every greedy bit of it. And we're finding out just how greedy and how corrupt our government is right now. Whether you're on one side or the other, look to your grandparents or your parents of age and find out just how hard it is for them to live. I heard all kinds of stories today about how the old days were way much better. My mother used to make $25 a week babysitting and working for the Woolworth, F.W. Woolworth Company, and she bought her first car for $50. We're living in some really crazy times, folks. Shit's got to get fixed because they're going to make sure that the elderly, our parents and our grandparents, have nothing when they leave this world because they want it all.
It's like a very taboo topic, so feel free to not answer, but I am just so curious for people who are in their late 20s to early 30s who don't have kids, how much money are you guys spending a month? Not including your rent, because that's so different depending on where you live. Because I look at my credit card every month and I'm like,
are we supposed to survive in this economy? Genuinely. If anyone has the answer, please let me know.
I'm homeless and I get ready for work at the gym. A lot of people don't understand why somebody would choose to be homeless, and honestly, rent was kicking my ass. I was paying $2,000 in household bills, and now I pay $20 for my gym membership.
Like this dude, he goes, my Toyota was actually repoed because I stopped paying the $575 a month. That's a lot, dude, for a Toyota.
I have been living at this RV park for over 7 years now. This is my particular RV, nothing special. It's a 2007 Cougar. It is a toy hauler. I keep one of my motorcycles in there.
Oh, this guy's next level, though.
And I keep the other motorcycle there. This is my car. This is my truck.
Oh, yeah, this guy's...
And you're going to start seeing a lot more people living in stuff like that. Like, I have this one family member. He has 3 of those campers around his house where his kids stay in. And it's just like, I think with those campers, you probably be spending like, what, $250, $300 a month to pay it out. And then you got like, what, 20 years or something like that to pay it out. So it's just like, why wouldn't you do that? It makes way more sense to buy a camper and live out of that. And then sometimes the campers be more renovated and more modern than an actual apartment.
Like balling out RV living. I forget he's going somewhere though.
And some people don't even have a truck to move their RVs. I know these people right here, I believe, just live in there. It's a couple. They live in there. They don't even have a way to move the RV, but you don't have to worry about that because you can. There's plenty of people that will move your RV for a fee. And that's how I originally moved my RV here. I paid someone to move it to the RV spot, and it's been there ever since.
But here's another way people are surviving. I don't know how people get these kind of credit card limits. Look at this chick's limit. What is that? $15,000 limit, dude. She's got $8,000 on that bitch. This count is a past due. Make payment. She goes, when people ask how I afford my lifestyle, this is just one of my credit cards right now.
An email from my insurance broker. Our homeowner's insurance is going up another $1,000. An email from my BG, which is gas and electric in Maryland. It's going up from $372 this month to $612 next month. We have turned on our heat 3 times. Probably 3 times total. And there's fucking snow on the ground.
The craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You ready? This is our electric bill. for 1 month.
$1,000.
We live in the beautiful state of Connecticut. Our total supply that we used for the month
Wait for it.
was $236.71. The transmission was $87.01. The local delivery, I don't know how the fuck they deliver it, but we have to pay for it. It's $175.16. And then we have a thing called public benefits. So this is the people who can't pay for their electric bill. And we pay for it. It's $227.76. So I am paying to keep somebody else's lights on.
You go to the gas station, you fucking spend a fortune filling up your gas. You go to the grocery store, you have 10 items, you spend $400. You walk outside your door, it's another $100 just for you to fucking breathe.
Yeah.
We spend $1,600 a fucking month on childcare for one child 3 days a week.
It's crazy.
How are we expected to save money for retirement, for our kids, for really anything at all?
You don't.
How are we supposed to save money to try to enjoy life? Maybe go on a little vacation every once in a while. When every fucking time you turn around, where they're just fucking us in the ass one more time.
Boomers give us shit about buying luxuries is because back in the 80s, luxuries were expensive, but life was cheap. Now it's been inverted. Our life is expensive, but our luxuries are cheap. So I think this is where the disconnect's happening. For example, in 1980, you could rent a great apartment for $200, but a television would run you $1,000. So if you bought 3 TVs, that would be $3,000. A CD player was $500. A cell phone was $2,000. A personal computer was $2,500, and a microwave was $500. That's $8,500. That is 3.5 years rent on luxuries. And $8,500 was also equivalent to a 20% down payment on a $40,000 home. So it was irresponsible if you didn't budget correctly to buy all these luxuries because it could be holding you back. But today it's flipped. Our biggest luxury is our rent for $2,000. We can now buy 3 televisions for $600. We have a Spotify account, cell phone for $1,000. You can get a computer for $500, a microwave for $200. That's about $2,400 a month. So our luxuries is about 1 month's rent, where theirs was 3.5 years rent. And if you want to put this onto a down payment, even if you took the average home of $420, let's bring it down to just $320,000. A 20% down payment on that is $64,000. So if you gave up all those luxuries.
If you're between the ages of 25 and 34 in America, moving out of your parents' home or in-laws' home is on hold. Now here is by state the percentage of young adults ages 25 to 34 living with their parents. California, 26.5%, crazy. If you look at DC, the market's pretty good there, so it's low, about 7.8%. Here it is a little bigger, 21.8% in New York, 26% in Jersey, 21% in Connecticut. If you're living with your parents right now, what's your goal? Is your goal to save for a home? Is your goal just to save some money? I'm curious.
I'm sorry to continue to cost.
If you're 18 or you're 21 right now, my personal opinion, save up $20,000 to $50,000 before you move out the house. That should be the minimum. Before you move out, have a lot of money saved, and then when you get the money, please don't buy an expensive car. Don't go buy this. Don't go get an expensive apartment. If you can, get the cheapest apartment, $750, $1,000 if you can, but make sure it's in a good neighborhood and stuff like that. Just don't. All the good things in life, let that come later on. Find some ways to save money to when you really want to make big moves and move out to another spot. So just make sure that like you have a lot of money saved before you go moving and making big like financial decisions.
Sorry that I'm being aggressive, but I'm so frustrated, and I know I'm not the only one. Like, this is not the life that I want for my children. I don't want my kids to have to hear, oh yeah, sorry, we can't do that vacation this year because, you know, money's tight. It's really fucking unfortunate. I know I sound really fucking ungrateful right now, and I hate that. I truly hate it.
I wouldn't even say you sound grateful.
But there comes a point where people are just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Having to redo a budget every fucking month, it feels like, because you can't get a grasp on what things are actually going to cost when every month there's a new price increase. I know as Americans, we have been fortunate enough to have a lot more freedoms than other countries, and I am unbelievably grateful for that. But this just doesn't feel like the American dream anymore. It doesn't. I know for the majority of us, it feels like you're drowning. Something's got to give.
People don't realize that, like, some people are like, oh, you just budget more, and you just be more financially literate, and you just whatever. Life happens. No matter what it is, a life problem gonna happen. No matter, you can't escape life problems. Sometimes you save up 5, 10, 20,000, and then something happens, and it take you right back to that 20,000 to 10,000, or it take your whole 10,000, or it take your whole 20,000 because something happens. Man, life is so unpredictable, and then some people never recover from losing all their money and everything they had. I can only imagine what it's gonna be like once kids, like you having a kid right now and they getting older. Rent gonna be crazy, and then our income doesn't increase to match how expensive everything is becoming, inflation. So everything is just crazy. But if you like this video right here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And what's good, people? This is KM.Little right here. Thank you for watching this video. In this clip right here, I am showing you my different YouTube channels. They are in the link in the description. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you will love my other channels. Also, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and we out.